I'm Chase.
And I'm Timothy.
And this is Customer Service.
All right. After a long hiatus, we're back.
We're
back in the dungeon.
Yep, we are sleepless. We are back.
Yep, we are jet lagged. We look bad. We feel bad.
I've aged 5 years, dog.
Yeah, listen, I like traveling and having new experiences, but
I don't.
but man alive, is it like, you
No,
know,
it was
it's
fun.
just a lot.
It was fun, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what, because people are like, oh, it must have been so bad to be in Japan. I'm like, fucking do the flight, dude. Just remember that, like, we have to work while we're there. It's not like I'm sitting by a beach.
Yeah.
You know, and then, I mean, it's like a fun thing we do, obviously, but you know.
It is like a lot of going here, going there quickly. Not to mention, you know, we had our significant others with us and your daughter. Mm-hmm. But it was a lot of planning for a lot of people.
Sure.
So it became easier for us to go do our thing. You guys do your thing. We meet up real quick to this. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But all in all, we're back.
We're back, and we're here to talk about it.
I'm kind of using it as a jumping off point, the jet lag, to try to condition myself to getting up earlier.
You might as well.
I got up on Saturday morning at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
You and I both were in Discord at 3 a.m. Fucking, I was working.
I fell asleep. Like I got home, did my things, like cleaned up, and went to bed at a normal time and fell asleep.
Yeah.
And then I was up at 3 a.m.
Yep. Yeah. Felt like I just got to get up. So, you know, I've been sleeping poorly.
I would love to know people's like tricks for jet lag and stuff. So if you're listening to this and you've got tricks or tips, we'll probably be over it by the time you hear it, but still drop them in the Discord or something, because we gotta do better.
I think I know a major thing for me would just be like eating a little bit less on the days that we're flying.
We'll get into it, but not sleeping for like 16 hours on the flight.
Oh yeah, I sleep on the flights. Any flight, I will sleep.
Every single one, the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
more or less.
Okay,
making it work. So anyway, we are back. I'm using it as a jumping off point to start waking up earlier. Got up at 5:45 this morning, a little earlier the other day.
What do you do with your time then? What are you doing?
Laid on the couch with the cat, made some tea, made a little egg sandwich, folded my laundry, quiet things that wouldn't wake Michelle up.
She's fine. She's not.
She is fucked, but in a different way, where I'm falling asleep, no problem, and waking up earlier than usual, which again, I would like to, if I could wake up 6:30 naturally, that'd be
your body clock's
amazing.
Just off right now is the issue.
She has the opposite problem where she's not falling asleep until 1:30. The other night she was up till 4, just couldn't get back on top of it, dude.
That's what I'd been dealing with, a little bit more on that side. And then, but it's like I always end up where I'm like basically back, but just like not sleeping much at all.
Yeah.
And then being like in the early evening, becoming like narcoleptic, like just immediately falling asleep and not even like thinking about it. So it's like, it's tough.
It's been 2 nights of us falling asleep on the couch from like 7 to midnight, and then you're fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah. But
so
narcoleptic would be a good way to describe it. It's the kind where you fall asleep, you didn't realize it.
Yeah.
I was watching the CU game Saturday and fell asleep on the couch, and Michelle goes, all right, come on. Hey, let's go to bed. You know, this, that, and the other. And in my mind, I was like, yeah, well, as soon as this commercial breaks over, the game's almost done. Game had been done for like 2 hours, dude. Yeah. It was just like such a drug haze feeling. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like one time I almost OD'd on, not actually, but took a bunch of what I thought was, long story, it was full drowsy Benadryls and shit, and knocked me out in the middle of like crazy. You know, it feels like that where you wake up and you're like, dude, I swear to God, I was just awake. Like,
yeah, it's why, like, I know people are like, oh, you can take melatonin or whatever. When I take melatonin, dude, it doesn't feel like I slept. It's like I went to sleep, but I was on a different planet. You know what I mean? Like it does too much. To me.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think like I don't know what day it was. The first night I like woke up early as hell, and then I eventually like Gia got up too, and then we were both kind of up together, and then we both fell asleep back to like 1 p.m.
Yeah, man.
I haven't done that since I was in like high school.
Yeah,
you know
hungover.
I mean? Not even close.
Picture being in high school, college. You sleep till 1 a.m. because you're hungover. Like you wake up, you're already sweaty. It's bright as shit in the room. just as a complete aside, just a nostalgic reminiscing moment of like, it's such a rare thing to do. But yeah, being asleep until 1 p.m. is crazy, especially for you. You're not really a nap guy or
I don't take naps.
Sleep in guy.
No, I'm just
not that you wake up early either. You do, but like, it's not like you're just not sleep guy.
We get up at like 6.
That's tight, dude. I'm going to lean into this. So, but anyway.
I mean, like, but traditionally, I'm just a very routine person. I go to bed about the same time. I get up about the same time. And I don't even really have to think about it. I barely have to set alarms. But I'm all messed up. I pushed through yesterday, slept more normal, but still was waking up kind of early. Like, I woke up a lot last night, but I was tired. And then I feel like because we had to get up early for Gia, and I've gone to the gym the past couple of days too, I feel like if I just am able to push through one more day, I'll be able to sleep normally. Yeah,
we'll I'm with you. We'll get there.
It's a big drawback to Japan because it really is like a difficult. It's enough time that it's really hard to. Like,
we were there long enough that I feel like I acclimated to Japan time just fine.
Yeah,
it didn't feel like I was.
It's always easier going there than coming back too. It's just a different thing. So it's been a little hard to get back into the routine of things. I'm feeling very like we got like brain fog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, let's get into it. Let's talk about our travels to Japan. Do you want to start there? Or you want to talk about what's going on here?
Let's do a little check-in here.
Okay.
Just get that out of the way, and then we can kind of just marathon this. You know what I mean?
Great.
I've got a chronological list too, so I can kind of present you with some things, and we'll go through it. But as for what's going on here, a lot happened while we were gone, and a lot is happening currently. At time of this airing, we will have already released the Engineered Garments pod, but the Engineered Garments collaboration is releasing this week, Monday, Tuesday being to Patreon, Wednesday, Thursday to Discord and text, Friday being the general release. So this comes out on Wednesday. If you want access to it, shoot me an email, shoot you an invite to the Discord. That all the links and everything will be in Discord. So really excited about that.
The rest of the videos dropping this week.
Yep.
Still some cool stuff that we're going to work on. Still coming out. I think we talked about it in the last episode. Yep. So still a lot of good stuff happening with all that, and then obviously the release on Friday.
Yep.
But yeah, if you're not in it and you want to be a part of the release or grab things up before they go, we can. You know, if you're listening now, we can still get you in there. Just let us know.
Yep. So obviously, if you're listening to this, you maybe have heard, and if you haven't, go back and listen. Put out about a 30-minute episode just talking about the collab. So that's now live. That's in the feed. We got, while we were gone, a massive shipment of Orslo. It's the remaining of seasonal. It's got the padded nylon vests and jackets.
It's going fast as fuck too right now. It's like we're getting close to sold out of pants that aren't even online.
Not even online. We haven't.
We're doing what we can. Yeah. It should be online today. It's been a lot to catch up on.
Dad's Fit Painters, wide fit French work pants in brown coffee. I think I'm going to cop those up. I'm going to put them on after this episode, actually. I think it'd work with this color scheme that I'm trying to lean into. But anyway, that's a new silhouette that we haven't seen before. The Dad Fit Painters in multiple colors are going. More loose fit coveralls, vintage fit flannels, the padded nylon vests and jackets, as well as the shearling fleece material vests and jackets. Kind of completes the cycle it gets all of our seasonal in, and then I believe a couple pants were restocks as well. So that's live. That will be live here probably by the time this airs. It's live. So pop on over. That happened while we were gone. We got right before we left. We haven't talked about it on the pod yet, but we did get Ordinary Fits. We teased this for a long time. Talked about how we were excited about it. Brand out of Japan. Think Orslo, Visvim, that realm. The fits are maybe just slightly roomier, slightly more modern, slightly different than, say, a repro of said item, of the denim jacket, of the pair of pants. Wide fit pants, regular fit pants, denim, twill.
The washes are
really crazy. Yeah. Those gray pants are basically gone already, but have some of the flecks of paint on them. Those are just absolutely stellar. Those have just been living in my brain. So Ordinary Fits is live, and we were missing 3 SKUs from the shipment. Those just came in before we popped in to do this. So we'll get those received. Those will be online as well. We need to photograph them. But those deli coats, 3/4 length coats.
Yeah.
Kind of want one. So
very cool.
I've got a lot of obsessing in my mind to do mental gymnastics to figure out what I'm going to buy myself. Ordinary Fits is live. What else, Uncle Brondo?
Definitely a lot of like shoes, Vans. I don't know if we
Vans,
talked about. I don't think we talked about even like getting that, but obviously we've been hyping them for a long time, and it was like serendipitous. I don't know. Maybe he's a pod listener. I don't know, but they reached out and were like, hey, I don't know if you're interested in doing stuff with us, but we've got like so all the, like the harder to get ones, the Anaheim made,
the more luxe pig suede.
Yeah.
The soles differ a little bit just in how they're vulcanized. I would assume is what they are vulcanized, but it differs a little bit from say the ones you'd get at Journeys. Still a relatively awesome price point. We love Vans.
We were able to get in some for like basically immediate, which was great too. So
for all you listening, we've got the Aaron Levine specials. They are the cream ones with the blue line, made famous by our boy. Hop in and snatch those up. Have some cool gray ones, which are kind of up your alleyway. The old schools in the pig suede black. Really stoked on that.
I think we also have the checkerboard, like the Luxe checkerboard slip-ons coming too.
I was never an OG with those, but I kind of love them.
Oh, I love them, and I think that they're like classic, and like when they get worn in, they're so cool.
Yeah.
Like the way they look worn in.
Yeah.
It was also a shoe that a guy in the scene that we wouldn't have liked as hardcore guys would wear.
Yeah.
Guy that was into like punk and ska. You know what I mean?
Like I was going to say he likes Algernon Cadwallader.
Yeah. Like
but also maybe less than Jake too.
Yeah. And it's just like, it's not exactly Mike. It was like the dorkier pop punk. I could never,
Yeah.
On the pantheon of what punk can be, I think we were both in like more of that basement camp, you know what I mean? Of like dark and depressing. And there was another camp that was like, goofier.
You know what?
The only crossover I think for us is maybe Joyce Manor. That's the one that sits right in between that we're all right with. But anything that goes the other way, I'm out.
And again, this is not us knocking the checkerboard Vans. It's more so saying when we were kids,
I had a certain association with them because of the scene I grew up in. But I've changed my mind now.
It's Motion City soundtrack kids.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Any punk that has a synthesizer in it.
Yeah. The audition. Anyway, Vans are in. Those are sick. This was just what we were able to get immediate. We have a full larger breadth order coming for SS25.
Yeah.
But this is what they had available in the warehouse to ship us. Shipped it out. It's dope. Pop over. It's one of those things where we had been wearing Vans for so long. Mm-hmm. Obviously, before Canoe Club, I was wearing Vans. That was my uniform for a long time, and they've ebbed and flowed in my closet, and now I've got a handful of slip-ons and the various authentics that you pass on to me when you think they are too beat, and to me they're just getting started. So I've got a ton as well, but it felt right to just bring them in, and have them as an offering. It's like, why not? You're already here, so snatch up a pair. It's fun. It'll be nice to have them for styling and stuff too. So we got that. Another thing we got right before we left that reminded me I need to buy some stuff. The Binu product. Do you want to talk about that? You found this, yeah?
Yeah. So, Korean incense soap house.
Whoa.
So good. I was really drawn to their aesthetics. Number one,
Mm-hmm.
They're so strong and smart, and it's so beautifully packaged.
Oh, dude, I was squealing when I took the box out. All the soaps are so. We did talk about it on the pod. Maybe we did. Because I talked about how magnificently packaged they were.
Yeah,
maybe we did, maybe we didn't. But if you haven't already, go check out the Binu page. I'm going to pick up the incense sampler kit, I believe, because it's 10 of all 6 flavors, quote unquote. And I kind of want to get one of those little soap trays, because the thing is, soap for me, I feel like you go through it quickly because if you don't have a nice way to store it, it gets wet and then just kind of dissolves. You know what I'm saying?
I predominantly use bar soap.
What's your trick? Do you have like a cute little holder like what we have?
Mm-hmm. Those are really cool. I want to get one of those. But, I've got like a tray that it sits on. So
I'm going to get a cool tray. I want one of each all the soaps, especially because they're packaged cute and you can put them on your shelf and then just go through them. I'm incredibly excited about this brand.
It's very well considered. It's super smart. The incense is smokeless. So if you're like an incense person, but like, maybe a little on the fence because of that, or that aspect bothers you. They're smokeless, so they're really like you get all the smell of an incense and this same vibe, but without it smoking out a room. Yeah. So they're really good. I got the ink one. I forget what it's called.
You guys really liked the ink.
Yeah, so we have that. It's been great.
Cool. I'm gonna get the green tea one. It smells straight up like when you pop a tin of matcha. Mm-hmm. It smells like that.
The Korean kiln or whatever.
Korean kiln sauna candle.
Yeah. That is very
Listen,
good.
not to throw shade to any product we have, but that right now is undoubtedly the best candle we have in stock. Like,
it's really good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So.
And again, it's like comes in this like beautiful like stainless steel vessel. It's like everything they do is really great. And all of the like incense holders are like, like rooftop tiles, and like everything's it's just so smart and cute and pretty, and it's very cool.
Yep.
Very
really
cool.
intentional.
So definitely check that out.
Yeah. Really stoked with that.
I'm trying to think of what Capital.
Yeah.
Capital.
Let me
Gang of Capital came in some really good stuff. Like those cardigans are killer. The Bones cardigans.
Yes, we've had those before, and they are back. I'm stoked.
Love the colors. And what else? There's cool. Great scarves. Those like skull scarves. The big
compressed wool ones. Yes, sir.
What else? There's a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what else I've missed, because undoubtedly I've missed stuff. Also, my laptop is stuck in yen. It's killing me.
Yeah. Feels like a solvable problem, but I understand.
Oh, got a bunch of these right before we left. Solomon Advanced. We got those snow clog mids and the lows.
Sick.
Dude, they're sick. With that cool, it's like a really, really grippy sole.
Yeah, gnarly ass sole. Apparently it's some bring back from forever ago.
Feels
love
fitting.
So there's like a clog version, which would be handy, especially if you gotta like take out the dog in the winter,
Yeah, hell yeah.
And then there's like a mid that like is really like low profile for how kind of like aggressive looking it is. I like it, and I need a shoe that's not canvas or suede, because it's the only footwear I have. So I need something for the winter, and maybe that'll be it.
I think those are dope, dude. I think they'd work in with a lot of the stuff you have too. You know what I mean? I would personally like to throw out the deep lichen green snow clogs. Great color. Might have to try them on after this. I got a lot of shit I want to buy, bro. But yeah, we got those in. Let's see what else. We talked about Clarks. We got all the Clarks in. Like you said.
Oh yeah, the Clarks are really strong too. I forgot.
We got those Gore-Tex wallabies and the French blue wallabies.
There's that one wallaby that's like sits a little lower. It's a different name.
A little lower, has the leather piping around.
Fucking cool.
Dude, yes, I styled him with the EG stuff for those photos. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's kind of
we're cooked up right now.
It's like, not to toot our own horn and shit, but like it's all really, really good. Like everything, obviously, we stand by the product we buy for the store, but it's just
it's so easy to forget because we buy everything, and then you
forget about it. You don't see it for 9 months or more. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I feel like there's something else. I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't know. Check the new arrivals page. Check everything. I mean, we're restocking stuff as fast as we can when we can. But yeah, I mean, stuff's hot.
Libero.
Oh, Libero, yeah.
Is that product live?
Ooh.
And it might be.
Not, it'll be coming. We got Story manufacturing.
That should be live at time of this airing, hopefully. And then Story just came today. I know Willie's shooting it right now. That'll be live as well. So again, we're hustling, and we're stoked.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? Is there anything else that we need to let people know? Already talked about the EG drop. That's this week. We've got a lot of stuff going on basically for the rest of the year. So if you're not following us on Instagram, YouTube, email, blah, 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 do all that, because we're it's like every week now we've got something going on.
Also, I wanted to shout out someone in particular. Anybody out there that has sent me recipes about soups, God bless you. Means the world if you've contributed to the recipe thread in Discord, which is popping. Brondo, there's some good recipes in there.
I'm gonna troll it any minute now. Just when you feel like, oh man, it's really just a nice help.
So shout out my boy Matt. He sent me a let's see, it's a seaweed soup with pork meatballs. I read through it with Mishan. I'm just making a verbal reminder so I can drill it in my head. I got to make this here very soon. But for real, I want you guys to send me your grandma or auntie's soup recipes, uncle, grandpa as well. Whatever. I want your broth though. So shout out Matt. Thank Thank you for sending that over,
I
Big
don't know
Dog.
why that feels so gross. I want your broth.
So yeah, I'm done. I'm done eating solid food basically until March. I only want soup. I'm only eating soup.
You don't need to do this. For the love of God, what type... I mean, I know that we've already are basically using the podcast as forced therapy for you, but you don't need to. You don't need to do this. You can eat other things. We know that you like it. You started a whole thread that you're very intense about on the Discord. You don't need to tell me that it's the only food you're going to eat. That's insane. That's obviously not what you're going to do. Just like it.
I really like soup. I will primarily be eating soup. In fact, you a long time ago mentioned this gal, and Michelle bought her cookbook, Carolina Galen.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she's great.
If you're listening to this, I'm sorry that I don't know how to pronounce your first name, if it's Lina or Lena. We made her chicken noodle soup.
You think
recipe.
she's listening to this?
Oh, it's a joke. She ain't listening
No,
to this,
it's a
bro.
joke.
We made her chicken noodle soup recipe, dude. Just fabulous. So I will.
You were hyping some other chicken noodle soup recipe like a year ago. I think you just like chicken noodle soup.
Well, yeah, of course I do. The Boz does the Boz.
I don't like that.
The Boz recipe. Yeah. She has like a get well golden chicken noodle soup or something like that. We've got various.
I can only imagine how annoying the name on that thing is.
I think that's almost verbatim, but there's
chicky
probably
soup.
some chicky soup. Yeah, there's something like that mixed in there, and God bless, the girl got some money and went to her head, but she has some good recipes. I still stand by the blue book being way better than the red book.
It's just all of it's too much for me. She's like, she's branded herself like a Discovery Zone. Supposed to think her house is cool, and it's like, it looks fucking like a Discovery Zone, dude. It looks like it's like from a kid's television show from the 90s.
Is that a kid's television show?
It's like a kid. It was like a place you went as a kid that was like, it was like there's like ball pits and all this type of shit. It feels like would have been right up your alley.
Oh, it would have been. Listen.
A lot of like, bouncy areas, those weird things that look like spider webs made of rubber that you can fall through.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in the play place in Burger King in Ashtabula. Loved it.
I saw a kid break his collarbone there.
Oh yeah.
Just rammed against, they were fighting and messing around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just snapped you could see it break.
Oh.
It was intense.
Yeah.
The Discovery Zone.
So
there's also a slide that was made out of all these different rollers, so you can imagine it's like a bunch of just like small bars that's turned.
Yeah, totally.
And it goes for a ways. Just would. Yeah, you wear shorts on that thing, you're done for. Just fucking getting like pinched the whole time. Yeah, eating you alive.
Yeah, there was by my grandma's house growing up. To this day, I mean, I it's no longer there. I remember it as the most exquisite playground I've ever seen. It was all wood though, and a lot of little nooks and crannies to get down underneath the facility, if you will. But man, it was a breeding ground for bees. It was just so many bees.
Yeah.
So you get rocks in your shoes.
That's I knew I wasn't going to know where that was going, but I really didn't.
That's it, just the bees. So anyway, that's about it. I could talk about playgrounds all day. I got lots of stories about playgrounds, but we don't need to talk about them here.
Before we came in here, so I think Sage said to you, all right, talk about something funny, and you were like, if I'm funny, I rarely know why.
It was the things that people think are funny are not what I'm trying to be funny about. So it's one of my little 1-2s. But
yeah, I don't think we're like bit writers. I think that we can just, it's like if we just talk about our childhood, it's funny.
Yeah.
Like that's all we got.
Yeah. I'm quick, I think, sometimes. So.
Okay, so do you think can we get into Japan now?
I'm comfortable to do so.
Okay. All right, so we'll do what we've done in these past handful of times we've done this and done a podcast about it. We can just go day by day.
Yeah.
So tell me about the travel there. How was your travel there?
It sucks to get up and leave your house at 2:45 a.m. Yeah. Which is what we did.
I've gotten like immune to it, man. That aspect doesn't bother me.
It's the problem for me is the period between waking up in your house and leaving your house, whether it's 15, 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a pandemonious time because you're woken up. It's like it might as well be a gunshot in the room. You know what I mean? You're not your alarm comes up for me. My alarm goes off. The sun has already come up. You know what I mean? So when the alarm goes off, it's still dark. It's like you first are like, is this a mistake? You know what I mean? Who's doing a prank? Mm-hmm. But then you get up and you're shaky and you can't breathe, right? You know what I mean? It's just like
what you're talking about. Yeah.
So, but it was all good, man. We got to the airport. It was all good. No, nothing really bad to report. I mean, in regards to travel, we caught the flight to LA. I think I slept a little bit on that flight. We caught the flight to Tokyo. I certainly slept a little bit on that flight. I'm good at sleeping on planes.
It's like shocking. It's like you're asleep 90% of the time.
Yeah, I watched. We can just hop right into it, and then I want to hear about your travels. But LA is neither here nor there. The flight there, I don't really remember it. I think I was asleep for it straight up. On the flight to Tokyo, I had one of the most cursed seats, both times, and it was middle. So like, you know how there's like 2 or 3 on the outside, 4 on the inside. I was in the middle. Mm-hmm. And this fucking girl next to me kept like talking with her friends loudly and doing her hair and shit, like setting up her phone and on the thing in front of her and like doing her hair and twisting her shit all up. And I was like, will you just like not do that right now? Like you're within your space and that's fine, but like maybe just like don't do it and like don't talk to your friends either. Like I don't want you to talk and laugh.
So this could have bothered you at max 20 minutes based
because
on
I was
how much
out.
you slept.
Yeah, but other than sitting in the middle seat and me having to shrink myself because I'll do that regardless, but like really was tight in there, I found a nice strat. I was able to put the pillow inside my chore coat and button the chore coat, and then it basically had the pillow up high here.
Like Michael Klump?
Yeah, like Michael Klump, and that's exactly it. And then had my neck pillow, and I was able to pass out. I was able to. Last time we went, I watched the first like 5 episodes of True Detective. You know what I mean? I was able to wrap that up and watch There Will Be Blood for the second time, but the first time I don't remember it. Great movie. Daniel Day-Lewis is...
So just anyone that's doing that math, that means he was asleep for 7 hours, I think.
I think I fell asleep for 4 hours, watched a couple episodes and watched the movie, and in between that took another hour nap or so. So yeah, I slept a lot. It was great. Food was bad.
Yeah, it was bad this time.
I'm sad to report I'm still chasing the dragon for that butter chicken.
We love airplane food, but this one was just a bad couple rounds.
Bad couple rounds, dude. Bad couple rounds.
Like nothing.
What'd you get? I got the chicken.
Whatever potato salad situation they had, though, that was like had like carrot slaw in it, and I was all right with that.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, I was all right with that.
That's about it, dude. How was your travel? We had Gia with us. You know what, dude? She did a really good job.
She's chill, dude. She doesn't give a shit. I mean, like, it was fine. I mean, I don't sleep that much. I wish I could. I mean, sometimes I can, sometimes I can't, I guess is the answer. But like, I really didn't sleep much this time. It's probably just because I had Abby and Gia there. I feel like you gotta. If it's just me, there's nothing to pay attention to. It was fine. I mean, Gia we got one of those like little like. If there's any parents listening, I think there's a few. You should invest in this. The little hammock thing that attaches to the front.
Blew my mind.
And then they can like lay out and stuff. She was chill. She played the iPad for a little bit, did some drawings, played with some Play-Doh, passed out, went to sleep for most of the time. She was good. I mean, other than
the pressure got her ears on the way down.
The ears were popping. But other than that,
you just gotta do a little, plug the nose.
She's a kid. She's like, you can't explain it.
And that's, to be honest with you, that's a sensation that would be kind of hard to explain.
Yeah.
Like
sometimes I can fool her into it. I'll be like, start blowing out your nose, and I'll just pinch her nose really quick, and then it kind of,
Yeah.
But you also, even when you're doing that, you have to like do it a few times, like as it's going. You know what I mean? So it's just a lot. But yeah, she was chill. She ate her food. She hung out. I didn't hear a peep. Plus, the lady that was next to her in our row was like an older lady, like not old, but like you could tell she's had kids before,
sure.
And she was into the fact that she got to like hang out with the kid, and Gia,
cool, yeah.
Gia will chat it up with pretty much whoever.
Yeah,
so.
Dude, she's an open book.
Yeah, so she was cool with her.
Yeah.
She also, Gia did a great thing remember when we were landing in Tokyo and the plane turned so she could see out the window for the first time. It's like 5 a.m. You know what I mean? There.
Yeah.
And just out of nowhere, it's so quiet on the plane. And out of nowhere, she just goes, "Oh, I've never seen the earth like that before." Just as loud as you can yell it. It's like, okay. Got a big laugh in the plane.
Yeah,
So it's all right.
The audience responded well.
Yeah.
Yeah. While I was being a brat about the girl yelling and talking to her friends, it's cute and fun when Gia is hooting and hollering because it's
she
so
was really
endearing.
good at like a lot of comic relief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. And we'll get to it.
But yeah, no problems at all. I don't know. I think you were asleep during it. Did you hear on the plane a woman got stuck in the bathroom?
No. I was asleep.
So at one point, a woman went into the bathroom, and then obviously, like, I don't know what the hell she did. I don't know if she just didn't understand how to open the door. You know, it's like those accordion doors on the plane.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. She just started banging on it as hard as you could bang on it. And people were like, "What the hell?" You know what I mean? Like maybe thinking. And then it was like, oh, people were like, "Oh no, it's like a medical emergency." Like a couple people stood up and went over there, and then you could just hear this woman in there banging on it, going, "I can't get out. Can't get out. I need to get out." And it was like, okay, calm down. Like this is like a solvable problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she basically like broke the door getting out, so you couldn't use that bathroom anymore.
Was it was it user error?
Stuck. Yeah, I mean, I think so. What else could it have been? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like a whole. She was acting crazy about it.
On that note, my sister's a flight attendant.
Mm-hmm.
She was telling us a story of one time a lady got really drunk and locked herself in the bathroom, and they couldn't land the plane until everybody was seated. So they had to make circles around this airport, and she had locked herself in there, and like basically the only way they were able to coax her out was like, if you don't leave right now, if you don't get out of this fucking bathroom, because the whole plane needs to land, and we can't legally land with knowing that you're in the bathroom, this whatever it is, you know what I mean? They're like, we're gonna have you arrested the moment we land if you don't get out of this bathroom right now. And she was so drunk, and she was like, it's just insane. People are insane on planes and traveling.
There was a guy next to me that was getting like fucking hammer fucked, dude. Like just
That's right.
just the whole, I mean, he would just had it going, and I was like,
was he peeing?
You get up now and then. He was moving around a little bit, making a lot of jokes with his friends that were close to him and stuff. But I'm like, why, dude? It's like, first of all, it's like your body clock right now thinks it's like 2.
Yeah, dude.
And it's just like, I don't know. That's a crazy thing to do. I also feel that feels so uncomfortable. Like if you're drunk, but you just have to sit. I'd feel nuts. I got to move around.
I told you, I'm a sucker for free, and we fly business class. Is that what Comfort Plus is?
I don't know. Extensively, whatever.
Whatever it is, we get free drinks.
I love that we're bragging about Comfort Plus.
I'm just saying. Well, when we first went, you go, Chater, you get free drinks with the food, and I said like alcohol. You know what I mean? And it might. Took my glasses down.
Excuse me?
So the first time I got like a whiskey and Coke, because that's what you got. And I was like, well, great, I'll just do that.
I'll do one of those now and then.
And then the person behind me for the second drink said, can I have a beer? And they go, oh, we only have Korean beer. And I was like, technically we're flying to Korea for this flight. And I was like, well, great, I'll have one of those. And then next thing you know, 3.5 hours into the flight, I'm fucking hungover. You know what I mean? And I got to pee, which I don't want to get up and do.
Yeah.
So I don't get drinks or anything on the flight.
You not peeing for like 12 hours or whatever is one of the weirder things
I've done it
do as a person.
once in the multiple transits we've had, and it's at this point it's not even me just being dumb. It's like I don't feel the need. If I felt the need, I would. I just like don't. But I also might not drink enough fluids leading up to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I just get up to stretch. I just worry that my guts are all tied up for too long sitting. You know what I mean? I'm not a sitter, man. Like I'm either moving like a shark or I'm laying down. There's not a ton in between.
Moving like a shark. Yeah.
So anyway, that was pretty much that. I mean, it wasn't anything.
Travel's fine. Yeah. We got into Tokyo. It was
I watched only rom-coms.
Only rom-coms?
I went to their rom-com selection. I hit play and I just let it run.
What'd you watch? You said you watched Office Space, right?
I watched that on the way back. I didn't watch anything good.
Yeah.
I started like a more serious movie twice, and I was like, I don't know what it is mentally. I'm not here right now.
Can't get with it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I needed to like zone out.
Yeah.
So I just zoned out. That's what I did for
easy, bro.
10 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then we got to Tokyo. I'm trying to think if there's anything else interesting about travel, but it was pretty uneventful.
It was pretty uneventful. We got to Tokyo. It was.
They got to get figured out in Tokyo though. Anyone who's gone there and flown into Haneda will probably know what we're talking about. there is a walk that it's a trudge that they force you to do with everyone that was on like the past 2 planes, and it's like a 3-mile walk.
Like no exaggeration. There's 2 legs to it. One, and then you take a left and you walk that all the way to get to customs again. And it might just be because we fly Delta,
where they treat you like an enemy of the state.
First off, yeah, let's talk customs too. But I would say no exaggeration. It's legitimately half a mile both hallways. You're walking a literal mile. I would like to next time we go, I'll map it out.
Yeah.
But you're literally, you got all your shit on you. You're all sweaty and moist from being in the plane, which is somehow they keep it at a balmy 26 degrees Fahrenheit when you're flying, and then you land in humid
I'll
ass
never
Japan.
understand how they are able to create in a plane both a jungle-like atmosphere that's also cold.
Bro, like it's to the point where like next time I just need to fly with leggings, and I had my beanie on, I had a hoodie and a jacket and the blanket. I have my thing where I can't really keep warm in a cool situation, but man, it's torture how cold it is. But yeah, like you said, then you get to customs, which was better this time than previously, but just as unpleasant. Mm-hmm. Just as unpleasant.
Abby almost got straight up arrested at customs.
Yeah,
because
she tried bringing in chicken jerky.
Yeah, it was like for Gia, you know.
Did she say she had it?
I don't know, actually. I don't remember what the deal was. Like, it was like some lady that was loose. We were through everything, spotted it, and was like, "What's that?" And then she was like, "No, it's, some different like snacks." You know what I mean? Like, it was like that and some like nuts. Because
she got it at the airport,
stuff, just stuff for Gia, you know?
Yeah, sure.
And she was like, she whipped it out of her hand and was like, "You can't ever bring that in. If you bring it again, you'll be arrested or fined."
Bro, for a bit, it would have been funny to have Abby get arrested for 6 hours or so. That would have been hilarious.
I told her, I was like, I would have just let you serve it. Think about what you did.
Oh God!
So almost got arrested.
Oh God!
What about this? Give me a hotel room review. This was a great hotel, honestly.
Yeah,
I'll shout it out. It was, I don't know what the name of it was.
All Day Place.
All Day
Shibuya.
Place. Yeah, it was because you're staying in Shibuya. The last hotel was an Appa. If everyone knows what that is, it's like a budget hotel, and it was because there was literally nothing available.
It's
at
almost
any
a
level.
hostel, bro. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, look, I understand that like the hotel rooms in Tokyo are just small. You know what I mean? And we're Americans and we're used to a certain type of dumb hotel. You know what I mean? But the one there, especially, I mean, part of it was because I was so ill the whole time, but it was a rough situation. But like, we were down to pay plenty more and could not find something that last time we went.
It's just what we were up against. Yeah.
Maybe I'm just in comparison. This feels like the Ritz, but it was a great place, very kind of hip.
Great hotel. The room was fine.
It was nice. It was Tokyo is like better.
Yeah, like by the time Michelle and I figured out how to scheme the clothing situation, it was great, dude. I liked the bed. It was in a little nook. No complaints, dude. I only got it super humid one time. I got it so humid, bro, that my passport was saturated, and I was like, "Fuck."
In your hotel room?
Yeah.
What are you guys doing in there?
We left the bathroom door open while I was showering. Didn't keep the steam in. Hotbox the bitch. Mm-hmm. So, but I liked it. Other than that, the shower bath situation in Japan is truly unmatched. When it's a room,
we didn't have a bath this time.
You didn't have a bath, just stand up shower.
Yeah, but it was like a big body shower, like spraying you from a lot of different levels.
Oh, so hell yeah!
Yeah,
I loved it.
Water pressure was bananas.
Loved it. So absolutely loved it. Sat in there, ate some grapes one day. It was great. Love the toilet situation. Mm-hmm. The hotel was dope.
For some reason in America, it was like in the 70s, we're like, stop advancing bathroom culture at all. We love it like this. We love it just as straightforward, no frills, dumb as hell.
Bro, the second I own a home, we're getting that Japanese toilet. We're getting a Toto or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Stellar. Like you said, why did we decide that this is good enough?
Yeah, we're done innovating. All we're going to do is get those stupid fucking sinks that are like flat and they're like, where's the water go? And you're like, this stains after 1 year. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way.
Wait, what is this?
You're talking about like stupid sinks that are like flat.
At the bottom?
You go to like a nicer restaurant and they always have it and it's like some novelty that it just like pours onto the, you know what I'm talking about? Mm-mm. That's fucking stupid. That's like the most advanced bathrooms have gotten since. Or the Dyson Airblade, which just sprays water all over your face. Like,
listen,
it's no good.
Listen, I'm all for doing things for the environment, and I do my part in ways that are not going to make much of an impact in a singular level. Anything you do is not really going to make much of an impact. Recycling's kind of a scam, et cetera, et cetera. But I have a garden. I am conscious of being wasteful with materials and food.
I do the things even though I actively don't want to, and I think that a lot of people don't really understand
Here,
recycling.
I'm gonna whistle blow real quick, but we have a buddy whose wife works at an unnamed company and claims that hardly anything gets recycled.
Because it's all tainted and you're putting the wrong stuff in the wrong place, and like, I don't know, dude. And they're like, oh, you got to take the stickers off your like detergent. I'm like, that's what? No, hold somebody else hold someone big accountable that if they do one thing, it would offset things.
How about we just package things differently? Let's just have different regulations. Anyway, it's all a fucking scam, and I'm not. And
listen, I'm pro doing whatever you need to do to make the environment better.
Do things that are actually legitimate.
Yeah.
Have a garden and maybe take shorter showers. Whatever. I don't give a shit.
Turn everyone's electricity off for a little while in the summer. You know what I mean? From every day, what if every day we're turning off the entire city's electricity is going off from like 3 to 7, and then we'll pop it back on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You'd enjoy the outside more. You'd talk with people, and then
we're
we'll
just gonna
pop it
say
back
you
on.
get into playing cards. You get into playing cards.
We can solve this. I donate money every single year to all sorts of wildlife stuff. I'm pro all of that. In fact, I'd gladly donate money to animals over people any day.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm pro this, but at the same time, sometimes it's like, what are we doing? You know, the things we're focused on are very strange to me.
Silliness.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know how we got onto this, but.
You know what? Another thing about that hotel that I thought was mighty cute. The lobby shared a space with a pizza restaurant, which was great and convenient for you guys because Gio was able to grub pizza when you guys need something easy at nighttime. We were all pretty exhausted, you know. And also, there was a coffee shop at the lower level, which turns out was one that Michelle wanted to visit. She had bookmarked it on her maps anyway.
Here, I'll look it up because I followed them on Instagram.
I think it was About
they
Life.
Had quite the Instagram following for a little hotel coffee shop.
It was it Onibus?
That's the type of coffee.
Like, Onibus is the roaster, I believe.
The Onibus that we went to that was owned by Onibus is the one that was over near the tape shop, like in that area where we went to the park and stuff like that.
Oh, the little cute one. That was fun.
That's owned by them. That's one of like the best rated coffee shops.
Was the one we were in, was it About Life?
Something like that. Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. It was About Life Coffee. It says Coffee Brewers.
Yeah,
I don't
About
know.
Life Coffee Brewers.
Excellent. The coffee was excellent. You know what I mean? Like, that's the best one every single day.
Yes.
And so inexpensive. But like, not a huge menu, but everything on it was great. They were cool.
It was cool. A little inside-outside situation.
The other side of the thing was like a beer, like a craft beer,
which we'll talk about. We went and got a drink there one night.
Really great. Shout out these guys. They're doing something that I wish existed in the U.S. for sure. Like, coffee was excellent, and it was just, dude. You know, the thing I pointed out, I was talking to Michelle about it because she's worked in coffee and I've worked in coffee. Fucking turning out craft stuff quickly.
And it was good.
Good, yeah.
Good.
Never stressed, even when it was kind of busy in there. And it was just like, and like they had that great tile work that kind of runs through.
The green tile was
great,
spectacular.
Yeah.
But yeah, agreed, bro. It's like
the ice cubes.
I got the
beautiful. You know, I'm talking about those little great ice cubes. Makes a difference.
I would just get the little espresso, the little double espresso shot. All the employees were nice and friendly. Everybody dressed cool. Like you said, it had at night there would be a bar that would DJ, and one night he was bumping Bruno Mars loud as fuck. It was all just like American pop. And then there was like that little refrigerator that had, it was like About Life Coffee Brewers and then Mikkeller, M-I-K-K-E-L-L-E-R.
Which I've seen before, but it's very popular in Japan.
They love that shit.
Yeah.
12 ounce, 14 ounce, 16 ounce cans you could buy to go or to drink there. It was like you said, it was a perfect little cafe experience. You know what I mean? Really enjoyed it, and we were very spoiled to have that ground level. Like
I would stay at that hotel every single time simply because of that, because that's changes my experience. Entirely.
I got an espresso morning and afternoon. I think every single day we were there. on top of getting the beers.
If that hotel would have a gym, that I could live there. That's
Yeah.
my dream scenario. Great coffee shop
Yep.
somewhere, and then a gym close, and then I like really don't need to go anywhere.
No, it was dope, dude. It was dope.
Yeah.
So all day place Shibuya. If you're traveling, I would recommend it.
I think it was relatively affordable. I don't know. I mean,
I
it
don't
was
know.
easier to find the hotels this time we went there.
It's
That
also
certainly
what
helped.
3-4 minute walk from the Scramble, which would be the
for
center
us
of Shibuya.
it was like
so.
I mean for us I would strongly encourage you if you can find. It's a little hard to find hotels in different parts of the town. They seem to keep them sort of separated, but the neighborhoods in Japan are worth spending your time in these neighborhoods and exploring as opposed to just staying in like the super populated areas. So if you can find something or you can Airbnb, you should absolutely do that because some of the neighborhood experiences are tremendous.
Yes.
That being said, for us, if you have to stay in a populated area, Shibuya is kind of perfect for us because it's like everything's like 10-15 minutes away from any direction.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we
Because we
able to
definitely went
navigate.
north and south and east.
And it's really close to trains and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's easy.
Yeah. So,
that's big.
I mean, that's about it, bro.
First
we got
night's
in.
food, went to McDonald's, but that was because that was for Gia.
Yeah. So we stopped by a McDonald's.
Gia just needed something that she could understand because she was already like a little zombie, and
Yeah.
I knew it's like sometimes with a kid, it's like you just need to do something that you know they will eat.
Yep.
You know, because sometimes
You
if
need
you
to fuck around,
experiment and then you're like, now they're tired and they didn't eat
And
because-
hungry. Yeah.
You know.
So she got some chicken nuggets in her body. She hoofed it. She housed that
She
food,
was hungry, I
Bro. Yeah. Hell yeah. And there was a visible shift in her demeanor too. You know what I mean?
She was tired.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I mean, it worked out great, honestly, because I don't think she was
Yeah,
ever really
yeah.
off schedule.
And then we walked down and had a bowl of ramen from the spot that I ate at Solo Dolo, directly across from the hotel we previously stayed in. It was a little bit longer of a walk than I anticipated.
Oh my God. And it was brutally humid.
Brondo.
It's not even about being hot. Hot is a different thing. I know what hot is now. We live in hot a lot of the times here.
It was humid, bro.
It's humid.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, glistening.
Yes. All of us.
Glistening.
All of us.
Yeah. And then I had to carry her ass back. And it was like she was like unalive.
Dead weight.
It was like she was like she was just fully sleeping.
Yeah.
Like as out as you could be. And when we're walking through, I don't know if everyone's listening to
Type
Japan,
in
but
Shibuya, the Scramble. It's like, I think it's the busiest
you've seen
intersection
videos of it.
in
You know what
Tokyo.
I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah.
We're walking dead through that with her slipping out of my arms. And it is like so hot. I mean, I was dripping sweat.
Thousands of people within your periphery. You know what I
Wake
mean?
up at all either. She was out.
You liked the ramen, huh?
It was great. Yeah.
Gas.
Yeah.
Absolutely gas. I like that spot because you can order from the little touchpad out front. They're really friendly and cool. And the food bangs. Absolutely bangs. So we crushed that. I was very happy about it. Hit Family Mart. Got a fucking ton of snacks. Frozen candies. Ice cream. Picard
You guys went
sweats.
ballistic that first. That was the Family Mart. I'm in there with Gia. She's barely holding it together. I look over at you guys. I'm like, are we like ready to go? How much money?
Me and Abby
I
are
looked
going
over and you
buck
guys were
wild.
like holding so much stuff, and I'm like, what are you guys doing?
We did a little too much. Now that's not even. That's hardly a blip on the radar in terms of how
Family
much
Mart
food I got
stock.
from
When
Family
you
Mart.
know Abby and Chase are going to Japan next time, you
stock
buy a little Family Mart stock. It's going to go up a blip or two. Getting a couple.
Me and Abby
points.
really lit it up in Family Mart. So that's about it, dude. We hit ramen. That's it. We did that, and then we went home. We were cooked.
Yeah.
So
It was a day.
it was a nice little way to settle in, though. I was excited to go back to the ramen restaurant. You know, I have a thing where I like the idea of being a regular somewhere, and I'm hardly a regular, but that was my third time eating at that restaurant, which I think people probably are going to be like, what is this dumbass doing eating at the same restaurant in Tokyo? But I like it. I like the ramen. I knew it. It's a known quantity. I know how to order. I know I really, really thoroughly enjoy it. So it was great. So that was Friday. Saturday, what did we get into? Joy and Jared came into town.
Oh yeah, we just did a little shopping.
So we did a little
some-
kicking around
brother
Parco.
and sister-in-law
Parco
lived
Mall is where like there's Loewe, there's Bottega, there's everything you can imagine.
Yeah, it's like a super
a
high end mall.
Yeah.
If you've if it's hard to explain if you've never been to Japan because we don't really have that kind of thing here.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I don't know, maybe in LA or there's kind of like Dover Street kind of in New York. It's
Dover Street would be a good example, but
it's broader than that because
Yeah.
it's a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
But you obviously have like the super high end stuff like, Prada, Loewe, Chanel, all that shit at the bottom, and then as you go up, it kind of gets a little looser and
a little more approachable.
Yeah.
North Face, Doc Martens, vintage bag store that has Bottega. There's
like
mid-century
like
modern,
like
and
Puebco is in there.
Yeah.
Mid-century modern thing. There's a lot of like little like people have like pop-ups there a lot. It's really cool.
You copped a couple items from a brand out there. Do we want to shout it out?
I'm gonna be quiet about the brand for now because we're working with them, and stores that are like us like to copy us. So we'll keep it on the low for right now. But really, really cool stuff. I mean, for fans of like if you like James Coward or Kanori or any of that kind of leaning stuff, this was in that vein. Yeah. With more of like a recycled approach, you know what I mean? Like more like that kind of, environmentally conscious kind of approach to it. But the stuff was incredible, great prices for what it is. I got a really beautiful linen blazer and ended up going back and getting a linen shirt too.
I forgot what the other thing was.
Really cool stuff. So we'll hopefully bring that in.
Yeah, that was one we just kind of walked by and we're like, wait, this is cool.
Should.
You know what? Yeah. Like La Mer too. One of the jackets we saw was like, this is kind of spot on. Michelle was wearing her La Mer jacket, looked really similar to that one in silhouette, and it's dope. I think it'll be a good addition. Should we be able to wrangle it in? Yeah. So you copped something from that. What else did we do? We went over to Nerd's Record Shop.
Oh yeah.
Like a hardcore punk. Yeah. Tiny little record shop.
Really wild that in the middle of like downtown Tokyo, we're seeing a bunch of like records from like bands that we grew up with and stuff.
And there's a missing piece of the equation that I'm not understanding. But the kids that I went to college with, who were seniors when I was a freshman, they kind of brought us up. They would take us to shows. We'd go to Monday movie night with these fellas. We'd go to their house and play Call of Duty in the living room and listen to like that band Citizen, you know, it's that realm, you know what I'm saying? And then now one of the bands, long story short, there was merch from my buddy's band.
No Pressure?
No Pressure, but even before No Pressure became a thing, there was a band called Light Years, pop punk out of Cleveland.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And it was the first shirt I saw when I walked in. I was like, no fucking way, dude. Why is there Light Years merch?
Well, there seems to be like a record label attached to it that I forget what the name of it is that I think they're involved with, and maybe they sign a couple of those bands. Okay. I don't know exactly.
It was just like, I can't express to you how jarring that was, because I loved the band and it meant a lot to me growing up. Like it was one of the ones Light Years was playing a show. It had a huge turnout in Cleveland because it was such a hyper local kind of thing. Yeah. It just kind of blew my mind. There was also another deep cut hardcore band, Trail of Lies, that I would listen to like senior year driving to like tennis practice with my buddy Carson. He'd come into town and hang out with me, and we'd listen to Trail of Lies. And in fact, I want to listen to that EP today. We'll do it to everybody will hate it, but
the thing is, like, the thing that's great about Japan. I mean, Japan's special for a lot of reasons. Japan's special in the way that, like, this is on brand for what we're talking about, but like, it's special in the way like that first Seosin EP was, where it's like everything after that is questionable. Yeah, but that first one,
the all white one.
Yeah, the one that was like with Anthony Green and that metal drummer that wasn't on anything else. The drummer doing way too much.
But it's so good.
It's so good.
Oh my God. I like listening to that record with those fucking Sony headphones on. Yeah. You hear every little, the drumming is spectacular.
Crazy.
So even if that's not your thing, and I don't necessarily lean towards that music anymore, and Seosin was never like a massive band for me, but since we're on the subject, you should go listen to that record. There's like the tune, EP. They're perched on their stilts or something.
Yeah, Third Movement. They all have those long ass names.
Long ass with commas, and it runs out the line. But
like that EP is so much better than it needs to be. And then everything that happened after that was it's like, I get why this is popular, and they have like a couple of hits, and you know I get it. And the amount of drum covers I've watched of that is intense. But like that's what I mean. Like Japan's like. It's special in that way, in that like everything is so niched and specific and like could only exist there. Like I can't imagine it existing somewhere else.
Totally.
That there'd be a random. It almost looked like it was in an apartment building. We had to walk up like 7 floors to go to this tiny ass record store that was only like
two of this room.
It was like Midwest hardcore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, it rules. So shout out Nerds. It was
so
very
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, speakers were blown the fuck out in there. They were playing like just like Midwest
Beat down hardcore
shit.
Yeah.
Half expected to see like why can't I think of it? Like a hardcore Boston beatdown band.
Hatebreed.
Black My Heart.
Oh, Black My Heart. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So anyway, that was cool. Like you said, it's cool. I copped a Title Fight Shed tee with the owl on it. It was just fun, man. Fun to see that.
That was cool.
Where
else?
Yeah. What did we eat, bro?
Well, we ate.
Oh, we ate in the basement of Parco. We had some fried chicken.
It was like a
cutlet
katsu type
and and miso soup and rice and this.
Yeah,
so that was fun. Also, fun little thing. We sit down at the table. It's like the spot was something beer in the name. A big thing was you got beer with it, like you were supposed to get beer. So we got a beer. There was a sticker from Left Hand Brewery, based out of Longmont. When Michelle and I drive from our house to fucking Whole Foods, the 5.5 minute commute, we passed by this brewery and it was like, what the fuck is it doing there? You know what I mean? Like, Left Hand is not small, but I don't think it is massive either. And it was just interesting to be in the basement of a massive shopping center mall at there's probably 24 restaurants in this little basement area, and to have the sticker from a spot in Longmont just kind of blows my mind. You know what I mean?
We went up to the top of that too, because this is the thing that's like, I don't know how to put Parco in perspective. It's like bottom floor is like very high end mall you've been to in your life. Then middle is like basically brands like we carry all have these individual.
Visvim had a pop up there previously. There's the North Face Lab, so it's like a little bit different. Carries some Purple Label stuff. So
it's kind of these like middle tier more niche brands that are doing pop ups and stuff in that area. There's definitely like a home goods area, and then as you get up, it's like more of like very young brands, and then like in the basement is all like crazy food. And this isn't like exclusive to Parco. There's other places like this in Japan. And the top floor was like the Nintendo thing. That was too much for me.
It was crazy.
That is crazy shit.
It was, again, probably like 1,500 people seemingly stuffed in this top floor that was like Capcom, Nintendo.
I thought, this will be fun. And then we went up there, I'm like, this is way too much. They got that one Pokemon, I don't know what his name is, in the tube. Did you see him? He's like a life-size Pokemon in like a tube he's sleeping at. He's like a powerful Pokemon. Some kid was telling me about it.
Was it Mewtwo?
I don't know.
I don't know. I wish I would have seen.
Gia was very into it.
I bet she was.
Yeah, she was okay.
You know
right. Okay. All right.
Like, okay, I can't. She gets hype on it all. I wish we had Al with us. Alec, our beloved, because he's very Nintendo and Pokemon based. And it was cool, man.
I tell you, ever since I've been there, I was like, maybe I need to buy a gaming thing or something, because I got games in my head from being in there,
Well, since we're on the subject, I want to tell a funny story about games. I, too, am going to get, I think, either the Xbox or the PlayStation.
I'd never get an Xbox. Never in a million years.
The controller feels better to me, man.
I don't care. I don't want to buy an Xbox. I don't want to support Microsoft.
Yeah, sure.
It was always like...
Sony is cooler, no doubt.
Like, that was always it was the coolest thing you could have. Like, it was cooler. I think that is not to be argued with. I think it's like...
Xbox?
Nintendo's like the dorkiest. It just is.
I love.
I'm not saying it's not cool. It's just it's dorky compared to everything. Like GameCube's fucking dorky. It's not that they didn't have cool stuff. It's just
it's dorky.
It looks like a toy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And then Xbox was like, I don't know. It was like in the middle. So PlayStation's always the coolest. It's just is the coolest. It's the coolest looking. The branding's the coolest. They had like the cooler, edgier games.
Yeah, at
least back in the day.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get one of the two. For a couple reasons. One, there's going to be a new Grand Theft Auto. I know you want to get it from Metal Gear to play through the Metal Gear Solid games.
Snake Eater,
There's going to be a new Grand Theft Auto here eventually. I think end of next year, maybe.
They moved it a year.
Again? Yeah. Is it 2026 now?
Yeah.
No, are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, when it comes out, bro, I'm going to be doing some dirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm going to and right from the bat, I just want to have all the money so I can go steal cars, soup them up, steal cars, soup them up.
I do admittedly like playing through the game, but
I've never done a mission.
It never takes that long. I mean, like, you know, I don't know how long was long, but like I feel like I can play through the regular missions pretty fucking quickly.
I think
think
it's
it's
the same.
fun.
I do the same 6 things. I find big jumps that I like to go do. I go steal cars, go off the big jumps, and then also on the west side of the map, there's like the airfield base.
Yeah,
and you can launch off the dirt, go in. I try to do that, steal the jet, and then once I've stolen the jet,
Yeah.
I've done it.
Listen,
so
I exclusively play through the playthrough so I can figure out where stuff is, because it's like the best way to like learn where all the stuff is. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then once I'm done with that, then I'm good. And then I just do what you're talking about, which is where I put metal music in my headphones and then just sit there and you know and don't think forever.
Yeah. So among the other thing that I want, and I want to tell a story about this, and then we can continue on, is Skate 4 is going to be coming out. Now, I believe the last Skate that was released would have been 2010, so the year before I graduated high school, is Skate 3. Skate 2 being the best, Skate 1 being the second best, Skate 3 being the worst that's been released, Skate 2 had the best physics. In college, I called EA Sports. I got through to the front desk, talking to some gal at the front desk.
What is with you? You were like the original Karen.
This was not. I wasn't nagging. I just wanted some info. I get through to the front desk and I finally talk to a person. I'm talking to some girl, and I said, "Listen,
this is why when people are like, why don't places have a call center anymore? This is the reason why."
Me. Yeah. I said, "Listen. I got a question for you. I understand that you're not in the mix here like this. You know, if I'm on the phone with you,
so you're already degrading this first person you get on.
I'm saying I understand it's a ridiculous question to ask, because if I'm able to get on the phone with somebody, they're not the person with the answers that I'm looking for. But I said, you got any whispers or rumblings going on in your back end of a new skate franchise coming out? Because it's about time. It's been years. And she laughs. It's like, no, I haven't heard anything. So that's about it. But anyway, just on the subject of games, I will be getting that to get Skate 4.
I'm just now like justifying the purchase to myself of being like, there's a bunch of games I want to play that I never played, too. So I don't need to do this, but it's what I'm doing now.
PlayStation has a lot of good offerings, so I think you should.
Good offerings.
And then, it's a Blu-ray player too. You know what I mean? Which,
why would I ever need that though?
I want to start buying physical media because I'd be one day closer to not, fucking plugging the PlayStation. Might as well use a streaming service. But you know what I mean?
I was gonna say, I'm excited to see how you navigate what you're trying to say.
You know what I'm saying is, I want to own the things I love. I want to have The Office on Blu-ray. I want to have New Girl on Blu-ray. I want to have Parks and Rec on Blu-ray. I want to have Superstore on Blu-ray. All the things that I watch obsessively, I want to have on Blu-ray. You know what I'm saying?
It's not even like record collecting or something. This is literally just like, I want the most advanced version, but I want to.
It's just the things that I play obsessively. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
It's been a little too much. It'd just be more fun to have to change that disc hear that main menu music.
Inevitably, I'm just gonna get locked in on one disc. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's about it. Just want to support the shit I like. That's about it, dude. That was Saturday. Where are we at? How much time?
We're at an hour.
Okay.
And we're gonna make this a 2-parter, but I feel like the only thing is we're not very far in.
Let's do one more day.
Point.
Let's do one more day.
Okay. Yeah, because we're at day. Yeah, we've got days left here.
You got anything to add from Saturday?
No. I we didn't do it. It was so hot, dude. It was like hard to like get around.
Whooped, man. Too.
Yeah, I think that the first time you guys went and got udon though was maybe that night.
No,
was it?
No, me, Mishan, and Abby were gonna go get food. We went to go do. Okay, this is what it was. We were all gonna. We walked down to Kittyland. No. Yes, we walked down to Kittyland. It was raining. You took Gia back to the hotel.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
You took Gia back to the hotel.
Yeah, Gia was like a zombie, dude. Like she was cooked. I think she was done. Yeah.
So me, Abby, and Mishan were going to go get udon at this spot, which we will get to. Line was too long, and it was pouring rain. We were all...
That's right.
Cooked.
We did too much. We always do this. And every single time we go, we do too much on the first day and then
Long story short, we popped on a couple spots, couldn't figure it out, and we were also like short-circuiting. Mm-hmm. We just went back up. We got a gang of McDonald's. Housed it. Yeah. Housed the McDonald's. Yeah. Came back to the hotel room, fell asleep instantly.
Did you get like weird stuff or just like not weird, whatever they're doing?
No,
teriyaki burgers or whatever.
I got it was like a the name was crazy. It was like a double beef soy sauce burger or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Dude.
It was good,
I'm
man.
not a soy sauce guy enough to be on board with that.
I am.
That's
It was exactly what you think, man. It was good. You know what I mean? I'm not kidding.
ass.
It was salty as shit. Yeah. It was good. Abby got some other shit. I think Michelle got some nuggets and got a burger as well. Anyway, it was fine. We just need, at that point we were like, listen, we just got to eat because I want to go home and sleep.
Yeah.
So we did that.
Far.
Yeah, pushed it too far.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Sunday. What did you guys do Sunday? Because Michelle
Sunday we went to Disneyland, baby. Disneyland,
talk
Tokyo.
Talk about it.
Yeah, let me talk on this.
Talk on Disneyland.
So we took the train out there, which was pretty fun because it is wild that like it's that easy to do. You know what I mean? It's like I can't imagine being in New York and be like, I'm gonna go to Disneyland for the day. You know what I mean? But you can do that there because it's
transit
easy.
set up.
And like we've been wanting to go. Gia's wanted to go to Disneyland for a long time because like what kid doesn't want to? So she's been wanting to go, but it's a little bit like. Look, I'll just cards on the table. She'll hear this one day and hopefully she'll understand. But like, we're going to go to the best case scenario of us going to Disneyland with her as we've mapped this out is like, all right, let's go get a place in LA and we'll hang out in LA for like a few days, which will be nice. There's like shopping, food, blah, blah, blah. And then we'll just drive over to Disney for the day so we don't have to stay there.
Anaheim,
I don't want to
right?
stay there. I don't know where it's at.
I think it's in Anaheim.
I don't want to stay at the hotel at Disneyland. First of all, it's crazy expensive. Who cares? I'm not a Disney guy.
Yeah.
So it's like that felt such a like a dumb use of money and time off. And so it was like that's not it's gonna be so much. And then like you're supposed to go 2 days and it's like, what am I gonna do on the second day? Like what is there that I'm really not getting at the first one? It feels like that's the day that you'll just be very tired.
Well, it's not for you anyway. You know what I mean?
But I think at a certain point, like a kid's just gonna be overwhelmed by this and be like, what else could we? And it's just, the lines are so big, and like the tickets are demented expensive. Which obviously we'll do it for Gia, but like it's crazy. Tokyo Disneyland, popped over there on a train, took 45 minutes to get there. I would say on the train, took us directly into it, and then. Whatever it is, we calculate it's like 1/6 the price or something like that.
Sure.
So it was sick. And honestly, a lot of the stuff that Gia likes from Disney is the stuff that's more popular there anyway, luckily. So she's really into like Baymax from, I forget what that movie's called. He's a robot guy. I forget what it's called.
I was going to say,
the movie's got a different name than that, but he's just the character. And then she likes like Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. These are very popular in Japan, so it worked out perfect that like all the stuff that she likes is kind of what's popular there. So this was a great scenario for us because it was like,
Stitch.
Yeah, we can just pop over there. It's way cheaper. We're gonna get the full experience without it being like such a big ordeal, more than it really needs to be.
Did it feel like you could do it in a day?
Look, there's inevitably things you're gonna miss because it's like there's a lot to it. But the stuff that she would have wanted to do, we got all that done.
Cool.
And because we went on like a Sunday in October, it was pretty chill.
Cool.
Got to do some of the rides she wanted to do. She met Mickey Mouse.
I heard she was very shy meeting Mickey.
Very shy meeting Mickey, and also for some reason it was the Steamboat Willie Mickey. Don't know why. He was like black and white. It was like the original Mickey.
Yeah.
And there was also like. You walk through his house, which it is crazy, like the amount of like stuff they do to build these things out.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's really crazy. But it's this area where it's like supposedly you're in Mickey's house and he's filming a movie there, and it's like on the screen, like they're showing the movie, and there's like a bit where there's like a speaker somewhere, and Donald and Goofy are having like a disagreement in there, and it's like you're in line. It's supposed to like entertain you as you go. You know what I mean? And Gia. Just to be clear, too, they only speak Japanese at all these things. Like, there's no English.
Yeah.
And so it's Donald Duck and Goofy arguing in Japanese inside of this booth. And Gia was, like, slapping her knee. She was laughing so hard. I'm like, she doesn't know what they're saying. And it's just like, she was dying laughing. And all the employees really liked that she liked it because everyone else was just sort of sitting there, dealing with it.
And she's just loving it. Yeah.
Loving it. Also, maybe this is the case in California, too, but it's got to be less. In Japan, like, everyone is dressed up. You said everybody's in a situation. We looked weird not being dressed up.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's dressed up. Like in all the way into like crazy, like I don't even know what they are. Like everyone looked like they were dressed like they were on the set of Kingdom Hearts. You know what I mean? Like fully to the nines. I don't know what characters they were or anything, but like full, like you're at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I didn't know that was a thing, but so we looked
shit.
silly. But it's fun. I mean, you get to the point where you're like, I don't know who works here and who's just dressed up.
Yeah.
So, but it was cool. It was fun. I mean, it was like it's never going to be like my thing 100%, but it was like you went and did it. Weather wasn't awful that day. Pretty easy to get there and get back without any issues. So it felt like a good way to like spend a big day and then be good.
Hopefully it's something she remembers. You know,
for sure.
I think of Gia as family, and I held her when she was 18 hours old, and all through now I've spent so much time with her, and she's in this point now where I can remember being her age.
Sure, yeah, you like
I can remember my first day of kindergarten. In fact, I remember preschool and shit to an extent, but I can remember it. Yeah. And so she's going to remember this. You know what I mean? Maybe not fully, but she'll remember bits and pieces. She'll remember going to Disneyland in Tokyo, and how sick is that, dude? Like, you guys got to take her
it's like the coolest one you could go to.
Crazy,
you know what I mean?
dude.
Like, I don't know if it's the biggest or whatever, the best. I don't know. I don't know how to rate this stuff. And it's also like, she's not so like hardcore Disney or anything that it really, you know what I mean? Like, she's not, and she doesn't like the princesses and stuff. She likes the robot and the monster. And you know what I mean? So it's like it doesn't.
She loves a robot, yeah.
And she was very, very hyped to meet Mickey.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it was
Tell
chill.
me about
it's
the
like
food, because I know I saw.
It's all like
photos.
themed and fun for that reason. You know what I mean? But like also like in Japan, there's a bunch of stuff that I'm like, what is this from? I don't think I've ever seen whatever this is. But
because she had little mochis.
She had mochis that were shaped like the aliens from Toy Story.
From the vending machine kind of guys, I believe. Yeah.
And then she had Mickey Mouse chicken nuggets, which according to her is the best thing that she ate in Japan.
So sick.
I'm trying to think of what else. We tried a bunch of random stuff, but it was all not that good.
Yeah.
Honestly. We got, I don't know, there's a lot. I can't remember. It wasn't anything like super notable, if I'm being honest with you, but it was, like I said, dude, it was overall, it was like a good experience. We got to do all the things you know you were going to do at a Disney, and it was
sick,
good. And I wouldn't even tell you that I think Gia, that was her favorite thing about Japan, to be honest with you. So it was cool that was like one aspect of what we did. And like I'm saying, like also like I feel like there's not too many situations unless you live in a certain part of California where you can do Disney as kind of like a throwaway day.
No,
I mean it has to be this whole.
It's a whole event, and again, like,
so expensive.
I was just gonna say
travel and hotels and blah blah blah. All the, you know what I mean? Where this was like, you know, $8 on the Suica down to Disneyland and then back.
Nothing,
no big deal.
nothing.
It was fun.
And like, listen,
a little less pressure, which I think makes things a lot better.
100%. And you and I grew up with Disney World. Disneyland is in California. Disney World,
I didn't go to any
God
of them,
bless, you got to go to Orlando. And for Disney World.
No, I'm not going to Orlando for anything.
Oh yeah, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. Is I'm not
God
going
bless
to
you,
Orlando.
Florida people. I mean,
yeah.
Hold on. Where's that one? Is it Gainesville that has that one punk festival? I'd go to that.
Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's Gainesville.
Yeah,
I'd go there for that. Maybe. Not really.
I've been to Orlando. I've been out. And my buddy went to UCF. It's not very great. Like, you know.
Yeah. So
I think
it's definitely not worth going there for
cool,
a Disney thing. So it was a perfect situation for us. She had a blast. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you guys.
So that was Sunday.
Yeah.
You did a very different thing on Sunday.
We did a very different thing. Michelle and I, we woke up. We tackled the train to the Shinagawa station. So we took, I'm a very anxious person when it comes to figuring things out. Mm-hmm. Luckily, Michelle took charge. Took a 12-minute train to the Shinagawa station, and then we were in the major station, and we went to either that or Tokyo Station, in fact. We took a bullet train to Kyoto. We took the Shinkansen. So it was a 2-hour ride. Yeah, it was less about going to Kyoto for a specific thing. It was more about taking the bullet train as an experience. And if I understand it correctly, and I might be getting the mileage maybe slightly wrong, but it'd be almost like taking a train from Denver to Moab for like it takes like 2 hours, or taking a train from like sense. Denver to like Taos. You know what I mean? Like, it's a long ass ways. It'd be a 5.5 hour ride in a car. You know what I mean? So we did that. That was really fun. Things of note. Trains, like you said, are magnificent. Everybody handles their shit. You know what I mean? It's just great.
I'm no stranger to public transit, and it is like it's like an enjoyable experience because of like the respect that people pay to it as a thing. Yes. You know what I mean? Yes. It functions very well. People are very respectful. There's no talking. There's no eating. There's no bullshit.
Yeah, and like, listen, I know there's people who live in New York City and listen to the podcast, but like, fucking
MTA's
busted
trash.
Shit. Last thing in the world I want to do is fucking ride a train in New York City.
I'll give you that, but it's dirty. People are
You're standing in someone's piss.
Yeah.
And somebody's selling you something, and then somebody else is yelling down at the end of the car
dancing, they're playing music on like people
ridiculous.
Are listening to watching fucking Infinity War on their phone at full on their Galaxy Note Quest,
FaceTiming on their iPad, etc.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. So it's all the convenience of it, but people are so
it's as enjoyable as it can possibly be.
Yeah. Look, I don't think Japan's got any choice. I mean, everyone's so close together all the damn time. You know what I mean? Because it's like it's got way more people than are in New York.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you kind of have to like have instilled this initially for this to work. Because if everyone was treating Tokyo like they treat Japan, I mean like they treat New York, it would be a horrible place to be, quite frankly.
Yeah,
you know what
absolutely,
I mean?
absolutely.
So, look, it's baked. It's a different thing than what we, culturally and everything like that. But it is so much more. It's so much of a different experience than what I think anybody in America would be used to with public transit.
Absolutely. So it blew my mind. We get to the station. By the way, there's like similar to like in the remember when we went to Daimaru, how it has all the There's like bento stations for sushi rolls and this, that, and the other, and you can get beer and you're supposed to eat it on the train. We didn't realize that we could do that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it took the train. It's 2 hours. Magnificent. Passed by Mount Fuji, saw it on the way coming back. It was a little cloudy when we were headed there. Saw so many, dozen or so smaller towns, prefectures, whatever the correct term would be. Really cool to see it. Like, we've seen Kyoto and we've seen Tokyo and we've seen in between on a cab, but it was really cool to traverse that amount of distance on a train and see dense forest to other populated areas, to all the farming. It was just really sick. So that was an experience we wanted to have. We took the bullet train to Kyoto, landed, arrived in Kyoto, walked to Nishiki Market, which you and I had been before. We got a little bit of sushi in there and just kind of got to experience it, check it out. It was interesting for us to... I called her when we first were in Kyoto from like a little pond in the center of Nishiki Market, and we just like walked right by it again, walked by the Capitol store, popped into the Ordinary Fit store, beautiful space, magnificent space. What else did we do with her? Oh, we got some tea from Ippodo, which is like a really, really old tea house. Got you guys from the Hochicha. I had some this morning. It was really good. And that's about it, dude. All said and done, we walked something like 10 miles that day or something.
Same for us. We just it was so much traveling and walking around and stuff, but it was like a relatively chill day overall.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Walk down by the river, where we walk when I sounded like I was in a helicopter. But again, it was just more so for the experience. Michelle really wanted to see and experience Kyoto, but it was more so just to take the train there and back for the day. That was most of what we were doing, was walking around and 4 hours of commuting on the train. That was fun. I know Michelle really liked it. It's a completely different feel. Completely, as you know,
sure,
but so different from Tokyo. We really got to stay there next time again. You know what I mean?
I really liked it there because it feels like you get a lot of the amenities and the cool aspects of Tokyo, but it's just a little bit more digestible.
Yep.
Whereas Tokyo is like layers on top of layers on top of layers on top of layers, kind of literally of how the buildings work and how you get to things, and it's hard to navigate to a certain extent because it's so like down alleys and up flights and blah, blah, it's a little bit harder to navigate there, whereas Kyoto's a little bit more straightforward, but you still get a lot of the amenities. I also think that walking around it's just a little bit easier also, just because there's a lot of markets, everything's a little bit more condensed, but not so
feels
tight.
More on like a grid too, a little bit more of a
it's just a little bit easier to digest to me, and I do like that it's a little closer to like nature and stuff like that, so I find it a little bit more enjoyable between the two from what I've experienced. But there's obviously things that you're not going to get in Kyoto that you get in Tokyo too, so it depends on what you're looking for out of it. I'd say if you have the time, especially if you're traveling and it's not just work, you could do both. But I think next time, if we can fit all our meetings into a single day, do that in Tokyo and then spend the
Yeah,
rest of the
fuck
time
yeah.
in Kyoto because I really liked it. I also want to go to the. Have you seen the Quo store? You know the watches we carry.
No, I haven't.
So
no.
cool. You like completely build one from nothing, just because
no
you
kidding?
can build all the pieces together. Yeah,
That's sick.
yeah.
So we should definitely head back out there. But it was a very enjoyable experience, like I said. Yeah, it's cool to see. Went back kitschy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We should try to eat there, but that's about it for our Sunday, man. And then we got home. We got off the train, dropped our shit off at the hotel, went and ate at the ramen spot again because we just needed something. We just needed something that was a known quantity.
Yeah.
Exhausted beyond belief, but we needed to eat something. And so we walked back up, crushed another bowl of ramen, and then came back and fell asleep.
Yeah.
So that wraps up about Sunday. Monday, we get into...
Here, let's. I think this is where we break. We call this part one.
Yes, this is part one.
And
Because
then
Monday we get into actual work, and there's a lot to talk about with that.
100%.
So let's break that up, and that'll be a nice, clear delineation.
Cool.
Before we go, though, I wanted to do a la food bra or review bra, with another food review. Abby got these for the team, and so I want to have one.
I don't want one, but
it's
I'll
a little
watch
cake.
you eat it.
Do you want half of it?
No.
I'm just gonna taste it. So it's a little cake. It looks like a cute little seal or something.
No,
or a little
it's
chickadee.
It's like a bird.
Yeah, a little chick. So.
What is it?
It's good. I don't know what it is. It's good though.
Nah, you got a real future in front of you on that. That's good.
It's like a little shell, and then the inside is like a more dense,
like a custard or
sweet
something?
cake. No, it's like it's two different types of dough.
Interesting.
It's good. I just wanted to do that. Yeah, let's just go ahead and cut it. Let's take a little break and let's just come in and knock out.
So this is the end of part one, and then so the next episode that comes out will be part two, and we'll get into the rest of our trip.
Probably just bang them out day to day.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right, cool.